Okay, so my peoples, I'm here with a breakdown video. This is a 2v2 kill race, me and Blinks versus Lennon and Physic. You guys already know who Lennon is. We're both part of the same organization. So, well, we'll say about this gameplay, one thing though is he was getting stream sniped. So once again, like, take this game with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying that we're better than him. The reason I have uploaded this gameplay is because we're playing against two very very good players, and the level of intensity and how quick you have to get kills before they get the kills is kind of what I'm trying to teach you guys, that you can play at a fast pace or you can play at a slower pace dependent on how it is. But yeah, one of the first things to start off with, looking out the plane, looking at the back, looking at where people are rotating, constantly looking at the number of how many people have dropped out of the plane, I think is a huge part of this game and how you rotate. Um, so always do that. Always constantly see how many people are dropping, what direction they're dropping, where they're going. Are they going towards city or are they going towards the beach side? I don't know what the area is called on the map, but this is a prime example of what you don't want to do. Look, we're in a fairly decent situation here. Len and Physic are popping off at the start. Surprisingly enough, I know that the guys in here, I do unfortunately make a stupid play, pull out the pistol, and yeah, that happens. But now this is another part of what I wanted to say. Mentality. I'm the only one that doesn't have a kill. I've gone in here. Physic is going off on one. Len's got a kill. I'm on zero. I could have mentally, I could have checked myself here, but instead, mentally, I say to myself, no, win this gulag, and we're back on. It's all good. Um, this is how I like to play my gulags personally. On this kind of gulag, anyways, I constantly like to play these angles, these head glitches, and then bang, look, win the gulag, and now we are back to what we're doing. Okay, so Blinks is down. I'm going down for the res. We've made the comm to each other. And in a minute you'll see Blinks will ping a location just slightly to the right here of us, and he says there's people over here, let's go fight them. I say yep, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to take the zip right now, and what I'm going to do is, see this building in front of me, I see the guy landing in. I'm not even going to take the full zip yet because I just want to get there as soon as possible, right? I take high ground advantage, and now at this point, I mean, it's going to be difficult for this guy to win the gunfight on me. So I get the knock. Blinks gets his knock, and now we're able to play off each other here. We have a fairly decent high ground advantage here. Blinks tells you that the guy's on him. I get that kill once again. Good high ground advantage. In that gunfight, it's a standard gunfight, but I mean that's just double teaming. And then here, once again, that height advantage is just so useful. So this next gunfight that you're gonna see in a minute, I'm gonna take. Sometimes you gotta loot up, right? You gotta loot up. So I loot up. I end up going back out here because I don't think that there is much left for me to go and kill. Len dies. I think he goes to Gulag off of this death. Yeah, he goes to Gulag. And then to my left, I heard something. I use this head glitch. He jumps out. He tries to chow. He's not going to get a lot of shots on me because I have a way better advantage. Even then, I have a slight height advantage on him in that situation. And then there, I slide out and chow. That's one thing I'll tell everybody, is never just static, just, peek around a corner. Slide, do something, even a jump around the corner. It's always going to be more beneficial for you to do something that has a bit more movement, so that somebody that's stiffing it up right there, holding that angle, waiting for me just to walk an inch into his view. Instead I slide, and that view of his that he has now, I'm not even in that view. I've already slid by him. It's pretty easy. Now, loadout is over by Physic and that, and that's where we're going to be going and rotating. I know that Lennon and Physic are both currently fighting, so my communication to Blinks is, let's go over there, let's get our loadout, hopefully they die, and then we can go and pick up the kills. But instead, I see somebody here. This is what I call a free kill. The guy didn't want to be seen. He's plateless. Always when you are using a zip line and you are using a redeploy to go somewhere, always check your surroundings because there will be people like that. Blinks needs help. I give him the support that he needs. Pretty easy, standard gunfight. Obviously, when you keep it at range, I mean, I feel like I should have. I don't know, I was getting shot by two different people, but Blinks ends up coming back. He ends up getting the res. Now, he gets the res, but I've gone down. Now, my initial thought is to go back, play up, and I'm going to pre-aim to my left here, right about that tunnel. Okay, well, I don't pre-aim it, but I look there, because that's where I got knocked. 80% of the time, when you get knocked, somebody is going to push you and go for the fall. So always prepare yourself when you do get a self-res off or your teammate revives you. Always prepare yourself that you're going to get pushed. So that's just another little thing. Look, team shooting, once again, most of the time you can get a kill steal off your own teammate, team shooting, but don't ever lack confidence to take shots like that, because some people will just lack confidence to take shots like that, will leave that person in the air. Never lack that. Communicate to your teammate if you're playing with a teammate and say, hey, let's shoot this guy out of the air, because, you know, 5 times out of 10, you're both going to get the kill, but 5 times it's going to be him, 5 times it will be you. Now here, we both see that Len and Physic die, and it means that at this point, we are now able to go and play these extra kills that have been left here for us. I was the one that actually communicated it, as you saw when I was just by that fire station. I actually turned back round when I think it was Len dies. I turn back round, I say to Blinks, let's go play this together, I think we can get the kills. And in fact, we do. I jump on this, he jumps on, now we're rushing, because we technically, look at where the zone is, look at where the buy is, we have the holds, and we see the guy sniping. I was like, okay, maybe shouldn't have gone that way round. Blinks gets the down on him. It's pretty simple. I now do something that I think only really confident players should do, and that's push up. I push up, I get my down, I get my full, and I back away from that situation. I get lucky here that this guy was already weak. I think I still would have won the gunfight, but you know, I get lucky. I could have played this rock to the right that you just saw there, which I think would have been a really good position to play. Now looking at it, so that's definitely a little VOD review for myself. But look, he gets a second down, and then I get the other down. I pick up the falls, and then bang, we're straight back to rotating. I see a buyback over here. My instant thought is, the buyback's over here, we're going straight over here. Now, I get height advantage, I'm on top of the building, this guy tries to shoot me, and at that point, you're basically just asking for death. I have height advantage, you're not going to kill me when I'm up here. This guy that got the res has gone down here, but I make sure to keep high ground. I don't just fly at him, even though I've shot him in the back. High ground. Now I'm rotating from that buy, and I'm rotating into cargo. In a minute you're going to see a snipe from the right. There you go, he's sniping over to the yellow silos over there. I've got my sight on him. At this point, it's pretty fairly simple what's going to happen. I get the notification that someone's dropping in. Also, probably should have plated up and probably should have just straight away chowed it, but I get let off. The guy wasn't that great. Always, 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 when you hear enemy dropping in, make sure that you are ready to fight, even if you are plateless. If you have your loadout and they only have the standard guns, and you take off all their plates by the time they get to you, when you rechow them with 1 plate in or half a plate in or whatever, you are more than likely going to kill them because you have the loadout classes. Here, I saw the snipe from just before, from the other 2 guys that I was shooting. They brought a loadout. It's a fairly free kill that I have been given. Now, unfortunately, look, the premise is the same. Play the high ground. Fortunately here, if you look down to the right, literally by the water right now, in a minute, you're going to see a sniper glint. I get absolutely wigged. I personally think I played that really well, but unfortunately, that can happen on this game. This guy, as you saw, he was getting shot out the air. He's weak. I land on him. The reason I land on him is because I see Len's currently struggling in this situation, which means that I can maybe pick up a couple of kills from there. I only got the 1, had to get out of there. And then we go rotate over to cargo, leave Old Town alone. Blinks dies, I'm able to go and pick up his stuff, which now means that I have weaponry to use to my advantage. So I once again, from cargo, fly back over to the area that I have died, and I see that team that I was fighting on top of the roof. I'm not challenging that, I'm not landing on them, but I get looked at to the left there, so I know that there is a team slightly down low. So I say to myself, you're going to stay in this level here. Look, the smokes are coming out. I'm going to stay in this level. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going to still keep high ground on the team that is to my left here. And look, the high ground comes in handy once again. I'm not in a direct gunfight. I don't have to use my movement. Even though I'm very good with the movement, I don't have to use it. I only need to use my movement when I put myself in a situation like you're about to see. I come up knowing that Lennon and Physic are getting kills. I come up here, I'm thinking I need to get some kills. I finally see the guy in the end. I put a bullet in him. Use my movement to get out. I'm getting looked at to the right. I now know there's people to my right. And at this point, Blinks is now finally coming over, in a sense, in a minute to start to help me. I tell him that my rotation might be slightly, but my rotation might be slightly fucked, to put it lightly. But I also tell him that, hey, there is a team literally right above me that could be fairly free kills. So we now know that that team was obviously out to the right of me as well. They start smoking out. They actually end up going underground and killing Blinks in a minute. But we're able to rotate out here fairly easily. Sometimes rotating in with a zone will actually get you kills, but sometimes you will get teams holding you. There you go. Blinks is able to get a kill underground. He tells me the full team's under there. I'm not going to go under there. I'm just watching the angles. I see a guy in front that he actually pings for me. I'm able to get the kill. I'm able to now rotate and get to the buy and res him. And at this situation, the kills are coming thick and fast for both teams. I say to Blinks, go do you. I'm sat on the buy right now. I don't have to move. This buy is pretty free. You do what you have to do. Physic dies. Lennon doesn't have a buy. So at this kind of point in our own heads, we're kind of thinking that, now might be the perfect time for us to really, sit here and run away with it. Especially considering that me and Blinks at the time were both 8 up on Lennon. Lennon gets a kill there. At this point, you now know, look, with Len, you never know. That guy could just pop off at any moment. So I say, I'm getting the buyback. I'm coming over. Like, we gotta make sure that we keep busy. I then obviously look. I turn back around to see if anybody that had killed Blinks in the first place is coming to rotate in, but none of them are. So I just turn around to him and I say, look, I'm on the other buy. It's fairly clear. Make your plays. Do what you got to do. I hear a buy go off, and at this point I have buy control. I hear the buy go off. It's a fairly standard gunfight. Fair play. The guy gets some fairly decent shots into me, but it's gonna always be like that. At this point, I'm thinking, hey, we've won. Nope, Len goes to hell for the res, but another guy drops in on me. It's a fairly simple kill, and this kill could have been insane. But look, I hope that guys has given you a slightly in-depth breakdown on how to get higher kills. I hope. Please let me know if I've done well. But up until the next video, guys, which will be the wsp-swarm class setup video, finally, I hope you enjoy. Love my peoples. Hey, Josh, let's fucking go, bro. Let's go. That's what I'm fucking talking about, man.
Good shit, good shit.